can meet you halfway. We can't always know where the road ends up, but with some.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our channel, Counterintel 419/Counterintelligence. This is a show that will focus on bringing you information that counters some of the myths and disinformation that is overwhelmingly disseminated throughout our community. We will also challenge some of the lies, propaganda, and the omission of truth and information that is critical to our history as well as what's going on today. This show is for educational purposes. And before we get started, make sure that you like, share, and most of all, subscribe to this channel. This show is sponsored by Lucas County, Ohio Miles, and the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Lucas County. So today, we can have an excellent show. I got two wonderful guests with me that is doing some really great things in our community. And I think that it needs to be shared with the world because they're doing a lot when it comes to actually spreading the love. And so I want to ask them, how you guys doing today?
We're doing good.
And you know what? I'm going to do something different as the host. I'm going to let you introduce yourselves.
Alrighty. Well, my name is Diana Jacobs.
I am Shalise Tanker Morris.
Okay, Diana and Shalise.
I can never escape it, even if I want to. So I'm gonna claim it and embrace it.
So listen, you guys are doing some wonderful work. But before we get into that conversation, I want to ask you this question, as I ask every guest on our Spread the Love episode. What do you feel? And neither one of you can take this question first, but I need to hear from both of you. What do you feel that we need to do more of in the community to make sure that we spread the love?
I feel like be patient with one another and understanding. Because without those two pieces, you're gonna just keep bickering back and forth, and ain't no love gonna come from that.
Ain't no love gonna come from that. Okay, all right.
I would say, just simply speaking, it's because you're acknowledging a person. So acknowledging somebody goes a long way. Just saying good morning, good evening, how you doing? It goes a long way.
So what you're saying is a lot of people walk past you and don't say nothing.
They don't say nothing. They don't say nothing.
But she called me and be like, "Guess what happened?"
Or I always get, "Why you smiling?" I can't help it. But
you do smile all the time, and that's a good thing.
It's good because it's contagious.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
so
it's very
good.
Contagious. Yeah. Very contagious. Yeah, I agree with both of you. I truly believe that it's important that it's okay to say hello.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? How your day going?
Because you never know where that hello may lead you into networking or connecting with someone. Because I'm gonna be honest, I have it bad. I say hi and I keep moving. And I might have missed my blessing, or I might have missed the opportunity to expand for me and people around me. So it's okay to speak.
And what you said, simply just being more understanding, trying to do things that will eliminate conflict. Mm-hmm. We definitely need that in our community. Okay, what was you thinking?
More than ever right now. I just was agreeing with you. Right now, more than ever right now, we need it, definitely.
So what brought that emotion on like that?
Because everything, groceries are high, our infant mortality rates are high, we got lack of fathers actually being acknowledged on what they're doing, our education, we are lacking in graduation rates. Like, it's not okay. It's
crime
not
rates
okay.
Has increased. It's high.
The babies, the young ones with the crime rates, not even adults, they're babies that's committing crime.
Wow.
And so that's, when you said it, I'm like, yeah.
And so you know what you're making me move a little faster when you brought up the fathers. You know what? But I'm on chill. But but you made me think about our boys overall and our young men. It's almost as if it's starting to get to a point where we don't exist.
Yes, almost like you becoming extinct.
And that's not cool.
Mm-mm.
That's not a good thing at all.
And who wants to imagine what that looks like?
I'm not going to imagine it. I'm not going to imagine it. But it to me, it just means that we need to do a lot more to make sure that we are putting in the same level of effort into saving our boys as we do with anybody else. But I also think on a more much larger scales is that we got to do more in protecting our boys.
Ooh, yes.
I mean, whether it's from the systems that we all know exist that's geared toward assisting them in their failure, and also, the word accountability is not a word. Well, I ain't gonna even say it's not a word. It's not an action that people like to really deal.
They don't want to take
Self accountability. Right. What is up with that? I mean, your generation, because see, my generation, I think we was pretty good at self accountability. What happened? Can y'all tell me what y'all think happened?
I feel like with our generation, I can't speak for everybody, but like for example, with me, I feel like I kind of grew up too quickly with working. So of course that came with some friction with being raised in a single parent home. So I had to learn about accountability early because it's just me and my mom. So everybody's not taught that though.
Right.
Everybody is not fortunate to be able to have different pillars in their families and actually talk about it. Me and my mom probably wouldn't have talked about accountability unless if it never came up or it wouldn't have been a subject. I just feel like with our generation, I keep going with my daughter's generation. I'm mixing the two up, but I don't know. I feel like, what you think? Look, what you think?
Participation awards. Just so one thing that my mom and my family instilled in me, and a lot of my younger or the cousins in my age group, is that when you start something, you finish it. If you don't like it, then you don't do it again. Right. These kids got options. And some of the kids in my generation, they had options. So like, if they started something they didn't want to do it, they just didn't. Okay, you don't want to do it, you ain't got to go no more. Now realizing that you're teaching them to, if they go to something for a couple of days and they don't like it, they just walk away. There's no follow through. Nobody's holding them accountable to follow through.
And I kind of feel like it's taught without us even knowing that it's taught. Because if I'm raised with someone who, when I bring up the subject and say, well, you did this, and they be like, but you did that. No, how about you take that accountability and let's talk it out.
Right.
And that's not taught in everybody.
Man, it's crazy that you can get that thought, because while you was talking, I was thinking, these kids are being allowed to not finish anything. Mm-hmm. It's like once you got a feeling that you don't like it, you can just leave that right where it's at and then move on to the next. And it's not allowing the kid to really grow and find out how far that they can push the limit. And I'm gonna give you an example. When I was a kid, and I think this was the start of us learning how to finish. Something real simple. Grandmama would say, don't put nothing on that plate that you ain't gonna eat. Don't put nothing on that plate that you ain't gonna eat. And whatever you put on that plate, what's gonna happen? You're gonna finish it. You're gonna finish it. And you're not gonna move from that table
until that plate empty.
And so you learned to not only pace yourself, don't be greedy, do things accordingly, but finish. Okay, next thing you learn, next level, homework. You ain't going outside till that homework is done.
That's the first thing you do when you walk in the door, besides wash your hands first.
Absolutely,
But at
absolutely.
the same time, what do this generation have that our generations didn't start
They
off
don't
with?
have homework though.
Or technology.
Yeah.
They constantly, like what you just said, sitting at the table. A lot of these kids not even sitting at the table
Yeah,
and having dinners.
having dinner with the family.
Yeah.
So-
that family style dinner is out the door.
So that covers what we tell. That covers so much in terms of the love that our children is missing.
We're not building character.
And see, and unfortunately, they think it's rules.
Uh-huh.
They don't understand the love and the teaching
Yes.
that's in all that.
The lessons you get from finishing what you started, even though you didn't like it, you still learn something. From
Yeah,
it.
but you learn to finish.
Exactly.
You learn that you build that character regardless of what happened. Ain't nobody gonna outwork me. You know, you build that character, and that's definitely something missing. And we've been talking about that in our summer camp. Dignity, having pride,
high self-esteem,
Pride in whatever you do,
and not just with yourself, but in everything you do. So high self-esteem in your grades, high self-esteem in how you carry yourself, high self-esteem in your manners. Take pride in yourself. And that's not always taught.
So before I got one more question before we get into the work that you do. What role would you guys say that the music of today play in a lot of this?
He don't want to ask me that.
I'm asking you that. I want to. You can tell me how you really feel.
You go ahead.
So it's different. The kids that I serve in the community, I do think that the music play a part in building up who they are. They think that stuff is real. Even reality TV, they think it's real. It is, for lack of better explanation, it's kind of dumbing down our society. It's watering it down. They don't know what's real. They don't know what's fake. They don't know. And that's scary. Now, in my home, my children come from a family of musicians. So my kids will start singing some Charlie Wilson for you. they Aretha Franklin, they busting out with that. So it's a little different.
Right.
Yeah, it's the same with me. Growing up being in a single parent home and being the only child, we still would have parties at my grandma's house. So we listening. I grew up, I wasn't allowed to be out my mama's sight.
Right.
So I was underneath the grown folks, but I still was taught you need to be seen and not heard. So we listening to Temptations, the OJs, Isley Brothers. I'm still listening to this music today, like it's new.
Right.
So this new music that we are receiving, I ain't gonna say, oh, it's whacking it up, but it's giving a lot of it's very transparent. like it's nothing that is no. For example, Earth, Wind, and Fire asked you, can they take your hand?
Give me.
It wasn't no, come here, do that. Hold on.
Right.
Take it easy. And I feel like she said, the generation underneath us, they do think some of this stuff is real. And I've seen it. I've seen young kids on TikTok or on these reels, in the live reels, and they commenting on the live and saying, answer me back. Why are you not answering me? And it's like, that's not good.
They think it's real.
They think it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's something that I talk about all the time, that I think that we need to do a better job of making sure,
everything.
Making sure we guard the gates of our children, the eyes and the ears, what they seeing and what they hearing. So
was it that blocked her daughter? Cardi B, she wouldn't even let her daughter hear her music. So if she's not letting her daughter hear it, why would you let your daughter hear it?
Period.
And
so
it's her music.
And it comes down to parenting.
Yeah,
it comes down to parenting. Yeah, it comes down to parenting. So we got to do a better job. So with that, you run an incredible program with the Frederick Douglass Community Center, with a grant through the health department here in Toledo, with infant mortality. Tell our listening audience, our viewing audience, about the infant mortality program and why is it important that our young ladies, even our young men too, get this education.
Yes, so I have been providing the infant mortality prevention services through the Frederick Douglass Center for the past 4 years. And basically, the question is, what is infant mortality? African American women, we have the highest rate of infant mortality. The next question is, well, what is infant mortality? Our Black babies are not making it to see their first birthday. And the causes from that is the lack of resources, the lack of different linkage, the lack of not knowing, the lack of knowledge. In our community, and these services are provided to our young African American women from ages 10 to 18 in the greater Toledo area. They have, some of them that I have come encounter with, we have to start from the beginning. So before we can touch on the infant mortality piece, we're touching on what does proper hygiene look like? What does proper relationships look like? In our community, it's kind of a taboo to plan for a pregnancy. It's not many times you hear people saying, "Oh, we got a baby on the way," and usually it's like, "Dang, another mouth to feed." Yeah. But with the infant mortality program, we're teaching these young ladies, when that time comes, you got to take care of yourself first before you even think about that. So we're talking about nutrition. We're talking about why you should take certain multivitamins. We're talking about how to build healthy, strong relationships. So like you said, with the young men too, yeah, because they have to learn how to talk to each other, communicate with each other. Because we do have some participants that are pregnant while they're taking these services. So that's actually helping them learning how to speak with the father family. Because I always tell the participants it takes a village to take care of one kid. So put your difference to the side with the other parent or whatever, get all that support that you can get. But our program, the infant mortality prevention program, it definitely it get their gears turning. Because at the end of each session, they have to do a life plan and vision board. And that's for young women who do not plan on having a baby, and it's for young women who do plan on having a baby. But they're able to look at that vision board and help them, because on that vision board, they need to put their goals and what they learned off the program and where they want to see themselves in within 2 years, realistic goals. But it's a great program. Also provide different linkage services like with WIC, Job and Family Services, the health department. That's a big one with the health department. Yeah. Currently, Toledo has the highest rate of syphilis and HIV. And within that rate, that population that has the highest is high schoolers. So these young these young teens, they're not going to the health department. I've heard them tell me, we don't want to go there. They gonna put our names on a board and do this. So that's that lack of information that they don't have and not realizing. You can go to the health department. How else is you gonna get better? And so you just walking around.
So yeah. I need you to stop right there for a second. Can you repeat what you just said? I want to make sure I heard this right. Did you say we have the highest rate of syphilis and HIV?
Yes, sir.
And then you said, I'm repeating this because I need the audience to hear this. And then you said, and that the highest demographic in that is our teenagers?
Yes.
Wow.
Because you got to remember, we have a lot. So I feel like the generation underneath us, they might not have that grandma that we had. The population that we're servicing, even the population that we're from, we have single parents, even moms and fathers, single parents that's at work all day. Mm-hmm. So you have first graders and kindergartners who have cell phones. Mm-hmm. Because when they get home off that bus, they got to call their parents. They ain't like us when we get home, we pick up the house phone and call. They got to call their parents.
We didn't even do that. Somebody was there.
Somebody was there.
And after they call their parents, you don't know what else they're doing on that phone. It's been cases of third graders being caught on the bus doing things, inappropriate things. So it's serious.
Very serious.
Very serious.
And this is some education that really needs to be shared throughout the community, because of course I was aware of all of this, but I don't know if the community wide really know the seriousness of where we're at. And it's like we so focused on so many other things at the end of the day, it's really kind of irrelevant to what's really going on with us. But before we see that whole thing, it just take me all the way away from.
You can have a whole
So that's just that we having part 2 of this discussion. But I want to go back to something with the infant mortality. What role do stress and trauma play in that?
That plays a huge part. So if you know about stress is a silent killer. So if that individual is carrying a baby and they're dealing with stress, that's gonna deal with your immune system. It's gonna deal with your blood cells. How a baby gonna survive through that?
Right.
And then when you come down with depression and all those different things, it's like the baby don't have a chance. Wow. And then if a mom is carrying and that baby, once she delivers that baby and she doesn't have anything prepared, because you're not going to be prepared to be a parent. That's for any and everybody. It don't matter what age you are. It don't matter. You're not going to be ready. But if you're coming from a family background where you experience different type of traumas, and especially if it's generational trauma, they don't know where they supposed to do. They don't know where to go. Because they can't go to their mom or their parents to ask, because the trauma came from there.
Right.
The trauma came from their own family, so they can't turn to them. So then that's gonna lead to stress, because now who can I turn to if I can't turn to my family? So I feel like trauma definitely leads to depression and stress. If we don't talk about generational trauma, and I don't understand why we do not want to talk about generational trauma.
Because you know what that come from. Come on now, you know what that come from.
Because look, this is how I look at it. Who about to come down and whoop me if I tell the truth? Let's.
And what's that rule? And that rule that we have, and it's unfortunate, but it go back to something that's beyond. Go back further than my generation. Don't be telling our business.
What goes on?
What goes on in here, staying here, and then young children understanding that if they say something, the possibilities of what it can do to the family.
Yeah.
So because I don't want to hurt mom, or I don't want to hurt dad, or I don't want dad to go to jail.
Yeah.
But what I'm about to say, I'm gonna keep all this to myself and try to deal with it, but not understanding the impact that it's really doing.
It overflows.
Yeah.
And then if you're gonna put in bringing another life into the world before you can get your trauma. Not saying it ain't doable. It's doable. But it's gonna be
that's a whole nother trauma.
Hard.
Yeah.
Or conformity.
And on top of that, if you don't get your trauma situated before bringing another life in,
and you projecting that,
then you're gonna put it on your child, and now you wonder why your child is there because of you.
And now we talking about generational trauma.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna do what that's this difficult thing to move on to the next conversation. But again, we gonna have a full show specifically dedicated to this, because it's important that this information is shared.
And also, anybody in the community or in Greater Toledo areas, if you're interested in these services, you can definitely email kingsandqueensyp@gmail.com. You can come to the Frederick Douglass Center to receive the information. these services that I provide, I come to you.
Mhm.
Or either on Zoom, or we can always do something here at the it's free services. It's
free services. You know what? Hey, before we go to the next phase of this conversation, I just want to remind you guys to like, share, and subscribe to this show. And if you don't think we talking about some good information after just that first part of this conversation and our last show, of course, hey, I think that you really will enjoy this show. But again, like, share, and definitely subscribe. And we are sponsored by UMADOP Lucas County, Ohio Miles, and the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Lucas County. So
that was a mouthful.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm true to this. I ain't new to
That's
this."
right.
Yes,
So Miss Shalise,
yeah,
you have something unique that you gonna share with the audience. And I am first of all, I'm so proud of you. I remember when you was a little baby.
I know.
I remember I had to give you some tissue and wipe your nose.
No. You probably telling the truth because I was young.
She just told me earlier she was bad.
But you know what? And you grew up to be such a wonderful lady. You're doing some wonderful work in the community. You always smiling, brightening people up when they come around you. But you doing something real unique. And I think that is important that you share what you're doing, because if you look on the internet, it's this back and forth thing that's in the air when it comes to Black women and Black men. And we want to do some dispelling of that misinformation that's out there. Share with the men what you do, or the people.
Right. So I started an organization called The Father's Option. We provide dads with education on their parental rights. And over the years, we've kind of just been adding different things. So a lot of our service projects is providing families with a full Thanksgiving dinner, a full Christmas dinner, and gifts for each family member. And then that's when we started our Daddies and Youth basketball tournament. The funds for that tournament goes towards those gifts, but we also was blessed with a building over at 830 Nebraska. And so the funds this year will go towards rebuilding that building, where we can offer cooking classes for our dads, basic hair training for our dads. I created a Father's Option because our dads was struggling. And some people don't realize that. So my big girl job, I used to be a mental health case manager. And so a lot of my families that I would serve, their dads was raising them, but they didn't have custody of them. And so a lot of our dads, they didn't want to deal with the courts. They were scared to go deal with the courts. To them, they just want to take care of their kids and just keep it moving. And so it was always like rifts, and it was frustrating for me. And then I had people in my family, in my neighborhood, that was experiencing some of the same barriers, just trying to be a co-parent. So that's when I started just providing just small education that I would find out. It was little fun facts that I was finding out. One of the things that some people don't realize is that it's more Black dads that take care of their kids than any other race.
Wait. What?
It is more Black dads that take care of their kids.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, say that again about Black men.
Yeah. So people don't realize that, but our Black men, they do. They show up and they show out. They just show up quietly. Some of them do get into the mess, but a lot of them don't like the mess. They don't need it to be broadcast on what they're doing for their kid. They just do it and keep it moving.
Because it's genuine.
Yeah, they just do it and keep it moving.
That's right.
And that's our job as parents.
You don't need no award for doing what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Right.
But going through this process, I noticed that they were lacking. So you get 30% of your monthly income goes towards child support. So once you take 30%, now you dipping into their housing, you dipping into everything. So I partner with.
Wait. So you was working with men that was paying child support that had custody of it. They were actually taking care of the kid, but they was paying child support to somebody that wasn't.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I want to make sure I got that.
Not only was that they paying child support to that person was also getting services from JFS, may or may not have had a Section 8 voucher. Oh, you a deadbeat, you live with your mom. He kind of ain't got no choice. I mean, let's just be real.
Let's be real.
Let's be real. So about a year now, I partner with Black Men Rising and Building Blocks lead clearance. And so we offered a free training so that they can get some workshop trainings under their belt. Anton Parks will help, Park Senior will help with some of their record expunging. So we've partnered with different people to try to take them along their path. We support and we encourage them to go to Brotherhood Unite, Fatherhood Initiative. And if they're struggling, then call us so we can walk you through those struggles because they need a village. And so we're trying to show what that village looks like.
Right,
yes.
right.
And that's good
right.
because a lot of, I'm not going to even say just men, but people in just people in general. When I used to work at Toledo Municipal Court down in the probation department, my job was to read the conditions to the people after they even left the judge. They'd get down on me and I'd read them conditions and they'd be like, what? That's what I got? I didn't know that. And so then I'll say, well, you know, you could have asked. And they like, I didn't know I could have asked him. So it's the lack of resource. They don't
think
know.
They have to roll with it.
Yeah,
and
they don't have to.
When they go down to family court, they might not have nobody supporting them. So not only are they fighting with their kid's mom trying to get visitation, they also got to get education from that same person. So why would some moms give the true education, but why would, if she already fighting you, why would she give you the true education?
That's right.
So that's why we created.
So so you received a little backlash.
I did. I lost some friends along the way. People didn't understand I was being called a traitor. They didn't get it. My biological dad was never present. But I grew up in this crazy, super awesome neighborhood. I had all these men in my family. And then my stepdad, who is my dad, always showed up. But everybody don't have that. So for me, I didn't really suffer, but I see other kids that are. And so I want to create a village of dad for those other kids. Yeah. And that's where the Daddies and Youth Tournament came, because we partner a lot of those men with some kids that don't have dad.
But it is my hope that some of the friendships that was kind of fractured became whole again after they saw what you really was doing.
Mr. Earl, everybody placed in our life for a reason and a season.
Okay.
They need to come back if they ain't. I'm just saying. And I'm saying it not knowing. I don't know, but I'm just saying.
They don't. I mean, I've had people that are like doctors in the community right now that told me, you cannot do that. You are a woman. Why would you do that? That stay in your lane. And I look at the women right now today like, man, people be telling me to take advice from you, and I'm looking like, no. This is the same person that told me to stay in my woman's lane. It's none of my business.
I'm so happy that you stand in the village lane. What you're doing is spreading love. That's going to help.
I'm proud of you.
It's going to help family. It's going to help the village. Mm-hmm. It is so vitally important that men are involved in the rearing of their children. But not only that, we got to do a better job of teaching our young people how to co-parent.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But before they even get to that point, and it goes to the infant mortality and what you were saying there, those who are not pregnant and ain't been pregnant, teach these children how to wait. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Preserve yourself.
It's kind of over these past 4 years, and I'll be telling her, I'm like, I ain't judging nothing, but I ain't surprised no more. It's not a shocker anymore. But some of these young girls, they want kids, like they toys.
Yep.
And it's like, I'm telling them, like, you can't return them right after they get here, because that's not how it works.
You can't throw them in a basket.
Right.
This is a real life.
It's a real
blood running through his veins.
Yes. You don't know when you're gonna have an unexpected hospital visit, an unexpected ear infection.
Yep.
My daughter is autistic. I never knew I was gonna have a daughter or a kid on the spectrum of autism. That was a loop. So unexpectedly, you have to be prepared, and it's no preparing for being a parent. But when you at the age of 10, 11, because it's 10-year-olds that's getting pregnant.
Yes.
So when you're at the age of 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to have a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
So yeah, we gotta do a lot better job of continuing with this education and being uplifters in our community. Because the movie don't look good right now. But we gonna bring a whole nother ending to what's being expected by those who think we can't get this job done.
Because fathers, y'all are so important.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
And
sometimes
so
I don't think they
important in a child's life, and this coming from a person who grew up without a father figure or any strong other figure. My mama was my mama and my daddy, but I see the difference through my friendships. I see so it's important. It's very important.
You learning how to navigate.
Right. And when the father is not there, it is hard. You know, I'm dealing with that with my own right now with my child. It is hard trying to tell your child what's going on, or because they're not gonna really understand. But at the same time, I'm gonna be truthful and tell them.
Right.
And that's another thing. A lot of moms don't tell the truth.
They don't, and the kids find there go that generation.
Yes.
And
that's the one thing I can say. I'm so happy my mom did. She would say, "I'm gonna let you find out on your own."
Yeah, my mom never, ever. And I remember trying to talk about my dad, and she nipped that in the bud so fast. You do not disrespect.
My mom ain't.
I don't care what they did to you. You let God handle that. That ain't your business. And
that's how my mom was.
She nipped that in the bud.
And with that, tell me about this basketball.
So we had Daddy's the Youth basketball tournament here at the Frederick Douglass Center on August 31st. You can sign your team up. We have about 4 teams. And if you're following us on Facebook, they get a little serious.
It's fathers playing with the kids, right?
Yes. So each team, there are 6 dads and 6 youth on each team. We're gonna scramble up some rounds. We're gonna do a little different.
And this our third one.
Yep, it's our third one.
And it's fun. It's fun seeing them build relationships.
Yes.
It's fun seeing them connect with each other and bond. We are doing something different this year for it. Once we get all the teams signed up, we plan on reaching out to them and just suggesting, hey, do a little activity before the game or even after the game.
Okay.
Because these relationships can go somewhere you never know.
We want them to grow and develop and just keep going.
But to be able to do that, we need dads. Yeah. We got a lot of youth
that are stalking our phone.
Who are stalking us and want to be on teams.
Yes.
But we don't have a lot of fathers that's wanting to put the teams together. So dads, we need y'all.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
And I'm glad we talking about this on the show, because I was under the impression that it was just fathers with their children.
Nope.
It can be anybody that's a father.
Any father or father figure.
That my village was huge. Listen,
father figure.
Y'all set the bar high. I'll say that.
Oh, thank you.
I'll say that.
Thank you so much.
Listen.
And we've had throughout the years, we've had a participant who wasn't a father to anyone. He was a mailman, and he put a team together because he's in the community. So anybody, like Shalice said, each team registration fee is $50. That goes towards the ref fees. You get T-shirts, and it also goes towards the winning trophies.
So what I would possibly volunteer to do, I cannot play no more.
Oh, you can coach. We take that too.
That's what I'm about to say. I coach.
Oh yeah,
you be on the same page.
I coach. But I coach hard now.
I
used to hoop. You see my jersey over there. I used to hoop. That's right. That's when I was 140 pounds. I used to play, so I coach. No, I'm not gonna coach hard. Not the babies, and I know some of the fathers can't hoop, so I'm gonna be.
We gonna tell you.
No, I'm just.
We gonna tell you.
Anton team and Armani's team had a one-on-one battle in the middle of the street at 11 p.m.
Yeah, they take this serious.
They take it serious.
Yeah, they take this serious.
And it's all fun.
It's all fun.
And all the proceeds is going towards. Tell them the people again.
And so we were blessed with a building at 830 Nebraska. I have demolition funds, so we are going to demo the building. My mom is going to demo the building, and then we're going to rebuild it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then also, one of the new initiatives that we added, well, it was Shalice's idea. to collect hygiene products.
Oh,
Okay.
yes.
So if anybody is interested in, we're also doing a community hub vendors table. So if you're a organization within the community that want to provide free information to the attendees at the game, you can get a table during the game. And all we ask for is hygiene products and a donation.
Okay.
All the hygiene products that we collect, we're going to donate it to a local school here.
Okay. So this game is dedicated in two gentlemen's name. I saw on the flyer.
Yes.
Y'all want to talk about that before we go?
Yeah. So Victor Savage and Mazigwa, which everybody knew him as Ziggy.
Ziggy.
Those two, when I say they support the vision, of course we don't have those beautiful souls with us any longer. But when they were on this earth, when I say they supported, donated, rally up, so we only see it fit to pay homage to them and do a memory for them. We've invited their families to the event too, and let them know and share with them and ask them. So we're just hoping for it to be a good event for the community to come out, have fun.
If you're a vendor, we do have vendor tables for $45.
Yes. We're accepting 6 food truck spots.
Yep.
Why don't you tell them how to get in contact with you? Go.
I can be reached at afathersoption@gmail.com. That is afathersoption@gmail.com, or area code 567-249-9888.
And if you can't get her, you can reach me at kingsandqueensyp@gmail.com or 419-206-9023.
Okay. All right. So I think we're gonna have to all get together. I knew of Victor. I didn't really know him personally, but Ziggy. It needed to be some type of award in his name.
One year he did the board. He did the
scoreboard.
The scoreboard. The second year he was the ref.
He was the ref
because our referees couldn't make it. So he I got it. he refed the whole game. So when I say Ziggy, he comes through for them kids. If anything that had to do with kids, he coming.
Right.
When I say that both of those guys are genuine souls.
I've been doing these since I was in elementary.
Right. So it's hard to find good people like that.
That's right. That's
genuine. They do it because they can.
And it's gonna volunteer their time. And because we all busy. So it's appreciated by the both of us.
Absolutely. And I'm sure their families is gonna really, really appreciate that. And I really want to give you both you young ladies your flowers while you're here. You're doing a great job. Continue much success with everything that you do. In any way that I can support that, y'all know, then I'm here for you. And thanks for spreading the love.
Thank you for having us.
So I want to thank everyone for tuning into the show. Please continue to watch. Again, I'm going to tell you to make sure that you like, share, and most of all, subscribe to the show. And again, this show is sponsored by UMaNOP Lucas County, Ohio, OMAS, and the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Lucas County. And remember, spread the love.
Spread it, y'all.
Somebody who declares he's got it made. He won't admit it, but it's just a masquerade. He's a modern day deceiver with a case of altered fever. But hey, it's a game. And then there's little sister Sarah, ain't she sweet? Oh yes, she is. She gets the word, next thing you know, it's in the street. By the time it's been repeated, all the truth has been deleted. What a shame.